All right, all right, all right. It's time for So You Want to Learn to Row Video 3. So, guys, let's get into it. It's kind of a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. I hope you have your pen and paper ready because you're going to want to take some notes. So, to this video today, this week's course is going to be about uprights, reversals, and signifiers, okay? So, let me go ahead really quickly and explain one by one what each of these is, starting with signifiers. Signifiers in tarot are like things that let you know or signal to you certain energies. So there can be signifiers for physical characteristics, health associations, personality type, colors, etc. Okay? So let's go ahead and start with the signifiers for physical characteristics. Let's see. I was on the page and I just turned away from it thinking it was on the other page. Okay, so physical characteristics. So signifiers. When doing a tarot reading, there are like certain things that specify. Okay, almost like when I was telling you in the last video about the zodiac signs and their association to the specific suits of the deck, correct? Okay, those are signifiers, okay? So, there are physical characteristic signifiers. So, like the Wands deck is usually associated with fair skin and freckles. The Cups is associated with fair skin and fair or medium skin. Swords is olive colored skin, and Pentacles is usually dark brown, ethnic, etc. Okay. Also the hair. Wands is blonde, red hair, auburn hair. Cups is light brown, blonde, or gray hair. Swords is brown and black, and Pentacles is black and dark brown. Are you seeing? Wands is a lighter, and then Pentacles is a darker. Okay, so Wands, eye color, light or dark. Cups, eyes, gray, blue, or hazel. Swords, light colored eyes. And Pentacles, brown or very dark eyes. Okay, there's also personality type. I don't use these at all because I don't understand the IMJ, whatever. I don't understand the personality types completely, so I don't use this. But like the King of Wands is the ENTJ, the Queen of Wands the INTJ, Knight of Wands the ENTP, and so forth and so on. I'm not going to go through each one of those, but yes, those are signifiers. Other signifiers are also things like health associations. So for the major arcana cards, remember what I told you majors are? Okay. So for the major arcana cards, they have specific health things that they correlate with. So for example, the Taurus zodiac sign is known for having stomach problems and gut issues, and we're also known for loving food, so it makes sense, okay? So also for the card associated with the Taurus, which is usually the Hierophant, any of the Pentacle suits, it's going to be the same kind of energy if you're looking for health associations. So, for example, like I said, Taurus is usually stomach, throat issues, okay? So it's going to be the Hierophant because the Taurus card is, the Hierophant is a ruled by Taurus, okay, in the deck. So for another example, the Emperor, it's going to be Aries, head and face issues, problems, okay? So someone could have a lot of toothaches if they're in Aries. Someone could have, get concussed a lot if they're in Aries, etc. Aquarius, ankles and calves, the star card. So those are also correspondences. Those are signifiers. They are health-related signifiers based on the card and the zodiac sign. Then there's also these other ones. So these are more detailed. So the Fool, respiratory organs, the Hermit, the back, Death, the intestines, the Sun, circulatory system, and etc. Okay? If you are interested in this information, I can see if I can possibly copy or write it down in the description. It's a lot though. Maybe I can take a picture and stick a screenshot in here, and hopefully you can read it enough to be able to pause the video to either screenshot this or take notes of it for yourself, because it's a lot on here that I feel like you need to know, and I just don't want to read all of it because it's every major arcana card, and then it's just a lot, okay? I don't want to do all that. So I'll try to remember to screenshot it or take a picture and post it in the video so you can see it. Also, other signifiers, colors, the direction of the people on the cards. So if you look at a traditional tarot deck, you will notice the colors and the backgrounds of the cards. So for example, the Three of Swords has gray. It's very muted. It's very dark in the background. Gray is usually, gray and muted is usually boredom, stillness, stagnancy, sadness, being stuck, lack, okay? And the heartbreak card, okay? The Two of Cups, the background is blue. Blue is usually communication, feelings, emotions, okay? It can also be subconscious, peace, wisdom, intuition. Also, signifier, the way the people are facing on the cards. Now, this is not a good example because they're lovers. They facing each other. But what is a good example is if I were to pull the King of Wands and the Seven of Swords, okay? If I was to pull the King of Wands and the Seven of Swords, I'm going to take a look at the yellow in the background. This person is stealing or being sneaky, the yellow in the background. So this is a sneaky coward because yellow is associated with fear, cowardice, okay? Also, yellow is associated with strength, but optimism, joy, etc. But this card, this person is not doing anything joyous or optimistic. So I'm not going to take it that way. I'm going to take it for what the picture is doing, and the color is it's giving me a fucking coward, a pussy, a coward, okay? And the way they're facing, this coward is looking at this King of Wands. This King of Wands is also facing this coward. The King of Wands has blue in the background, communication, emotion, intuition. This King of Wands, what I'm getting from this is this King of Wands, this person is trying to be sneaky and deceptive and steal from this King of Wands because they're a pussy. They're a fucking piece of shit, a coward. But this King of Wands is well aware of what this person's trying to do. They have their intuition and they're facing each other. This King of Wands knows what this person is up to. And this person is watching the King of Wands to see if the King of Wands knows what they're up to. That's the energy I would get from that, okay? Or, for another example, let me just grab anything at random. This Page of Wands is thinking, planning something, wanting to do something, possibly wanting to communicate something, the blue in the background. But this King of Cups, this is a muted color. This King of Cups is uninterested, and the King of Cups is facing away. The Page is facing the King of Cups, but the King of Cups is facing away from the Page. This King of Cups is uninterested in whatever this Page is trying to manifest or communicate, okay? Switch it around. It depends on which way the cards come out, which way they face. So, this could be also a King of Cups interested in a Page energy, but the Page energy is in La La Land doing something else, thinking somewhere else, something else, not paying attention to the King, okay? So, it depends on what cards come out, what order they come out in, which direction the people are facing, the colors, etc. All those things are signifiers. Now, of course, you don't have to use signifiers every time because you don't see me using them every time I do a reading. Absolutely not. I don't always use the colors and all those things, but when I'm called to, I will, and I do, okay? Now, enough about signifiers. Let's talk about uprights, reversals, sideways, face downs, and jumpers. Okay. Now, when a card comes up or comes out upright, I should let the card out, for example. When a card comes out upright, the Sun. Perfect card. Thank you, Spirit. When the card comes up outright, it is usually positive energy, but not always. Okay? So, as an example, the Tower card. When the Tower card comes out upright, it's chaos, sudden change, upheaval. Okay? But when the Tower card is in reverse, it's avoiding disaster, averting disaster. It's also personal transformation. So, it depends on what the card is, okay? So, for the Sun card, this is positivity, joy, happiness, like live long, sunshine, fun time, okay? But in reverse, it would be the opposite energy of joy, happiness, sunshine, and rainbows, okay? So, normally and usually, upright is going to be the positive energy or whatever the main energy is of the card. It's going to be upright, okay? When a card is in reverse, that is normally and usually the adverse energy of the upright. So whatever the upright is, a card in reverse is going to be the opposite of that upright definition, okay? Now, when a card comes out sideways, you can read it sideways, or you can leave it, or you can be guided to turn it, whichever way you're guided to turn it. But sideways, normally and usually, means that something is no answer. It's up in the air. It can go either way. 50-50 chance when it's sideways. Either or. Whatever which way. Okay? Very indecisive. Now, when a card lands face down and you're seeing the back of the card, you don't even have to take it. You can literally put that card back in the deck and reshuffle. Unless you're guided to take it. But I personally don't take cards normally that fall face down, because they don't want to be revealed. They may not even be part of the message. That's why they don't want to be revealed. So I normally put them back in the deck, reshuffle, or just keep shuffling. Okay? Also, that can mean that you need to ask your question again or rephrase your question because your question was unclear. Okay? Now, if you're putting your deck away, or you're closing a reading and you're done and you're putting your deck away and you have cards jump out or fall out, that is the energy letting you know that there is more to the message. What you want to do in that situation is pick up the cards that fell or jumped out, read them, okay? You're going to want to see what those are. Once you see what those cards are, you should be able to feel whether that is the end of the message or if you are being guided to continue to pull. Because like I said, normally and usually, that means there is more to the message. The energy is not done talking to you, even though you're putting it away and you thought you were done. There is more information for you to come out. Okay, so keep pulling. Let me see. Anything else? No. That was actually everything. Now, I don't remember where in the world I got all of this information about the signifiers. Some of this shit I looked up myself. So I have an idea. I am going to do my best to make this a PDF document, and I will actually put it on my Shopify as a digital download when I'm finished with it, so that you guys can go and access it and download them digitally. So you'll have this information. It might take me a week or a few days or whatever to do this, but when I am done with this, I will actually provide you guys with hopefully a special, I can do it like a special link or special code where you'll be able to download this for free off of my Shopify, and only you guys can access it, okay? So give me maybe a few days to work on that, and I'll get that to you as soon as I figure out how and as soon as possible. Also, really quickly, another signifier for the directions. Now, the people on the cards, if they're facing each other, it's usually signifies communication. If they're facing away from each other, it signifies ignorance or separation. If the people are looking to the left, it signifies the past. Okay? And if the people are looking to the right, it signifies the future. But that's it, guys. That's all I have for you for this. So, you want to learn to row. Of course, this week I will be back next week with video 4, which will be talking about numerology, symbolism, and correspondences. Ooh, let's get it. Let's go. Yes, there's more. So, guys, I'm going to close this reading here, and I will see you next week with another course, another video. All right, guys. Happy reading.